Unfortunately, the aging process of a person is inevitable, and the elixir of eternal youth has not yet been created, so someone put up with their inevitable aging and does nothing, and someone by all means, using various advice, tries to preserve, but if not youth, then at least youthfulness. There are a lot of proposals for rejuvenation on the internet, but if modern plastic surgery allows you to look young, then what to do with chronic diseases that cannot be eliminated by magic, and that contribute to the progression of the aging process? The older a person gets, the more he realizes that the most important condition for a happy life is health. Indeed, health is the best gift of youth, and alas, only in youth is it given for free. Years go by, and diseases begin to haunt us, and, you see, by 60 we begin to constantly feel unwell. Old age, which comes to a person at the end of the 5th decade, is a direct result of his neglect of his health. Each person should have the right attitude towards their health. Among centenarians there are no idlers, gluttons and drunkards, gloomy people, malevolent, and devoid of a sense of humor. The fact that the pursuit of youth begins with a veritable appearance, more often with a face, is quite logical, psychologists say. After all, it is on the face the visible burden of the years lived. Not everyone is capable of carrying it with dignity. But often people, trying to put their face in order, forget that the whole body is aging, which also needs to be given attention. It is clear that a toothless mouth, a hunched back, a shuffling gait, despite a well-groomed face, will add to the number of years you have lived, and also give out the age of the neck and the condition of the hands, not to mention the aging of the brain, which is no less important. Of course, in order to stay young for a long time and postpone old age, you need to start working hard on yourself in your youth. The rules to follow and remember are very simple. Keep your mind young. There is no doubt that the aging process does some damage to the brain. However, we are able to maintain a sharpness of mind for many years if we do not stop thinking and receiving impressions. As in the case of using our mind to improve our lives, we need to keep it in shape, because a healthy mind is the main condition for a quality life. Many people feel that they are ready to accept the loss of some physical ability, but the loss of mental ability terrifies them. In fact, we can nourish and exercise our brain as much as our body. You can use exercises like different puzzles or any other type of mental activity that gives you pleasure. You may be attracted to games with numbers, words, learning foreign languages, meeting new places, music, people, creativity, whatever. Give your brain as much joy as possible. Stimulate it by changing activities, making your life interesting. Constant work, more than anything else, allows the mind to remain flexible and healthy. Think positively. You should not attract numerous diseases to yourself, look for symptoms of diseases, and be afraid of old age. Everyone knows the expression thought is material. The way we think has a huge impact on what we do and what happens in our lives. More positive, youthful attitudes can add real years to your life. Give up bad habits. They are risk factors for many dangerous diseases that are most common in old age. After all, it is obvious that smoking and alcohol abuse does not paint, and even adds to the appearance of years. Thoughtlessness and irrational behavior can take away our health and even life. Each person is able to gain rationality and awareness, to take responsibility for their behavior, life and future. Stay physically active. It will be a good workout for your cardiovascular system and will prevent heart attacks and strokes, one of the most dangerous diseases in old age. Physical activity can be enhanced through walking, recreational walking and jogging, cycling, exercise therapy groups, swimming, and more. Remember, movement is life. Eat right. Digestive processes slow down with age, so a lot depends on your diet. From the accumulation of toxins in the body and impaired bowel movement, immunity will decrease, puffiness under the eyes will appear, the skin color will change, and wrinkles will appear. In addition, overall well-being will also be reduced. Therefore, your diet should contain more vegetables and cereals, which contain fiber and contribute to normal digestion and bowel cleansing. Choose healthy foods that are free of dyes, preservatives, and additives. Remember also that with age, the metabolic rate slows down, so the calorie content of the diet should be lower than at a young age, otherwise it can lead to excess fat deposition. For people over 60 years of age, the daily calorie intake should be no more than 2,300 calories for men, and no more than 2,100 calories for women. Don't overeat. Know how to rest, although regular work is also very important. Remember to get adequate sleep, at least 7 to 8 hours. And yet, it is better to go to bed at the same time. The room should be fresh and dark. Sleeping in complete darkness preserves youth. Only in the dark is the hormone melatonin produced, reduces the risk of cancer, and supports immunity. See your doctor in time. If you notice a problem with your health, do not delay the visit to the doctor. Many diseases are much easier to treat in the initial stages. And carrying out an annual preventive examination and examination, therapist, dentist, gynecologist, etc., will not hurt. Remember that staying young is inextricably linked with staying healthy. Follow the recommendations of your doctors. If you are prescribed treatment, do not ignore it, follow the medication regimen. Many nuances of diseases can only be known by a doctor, so do not self-medicate. Do not cancel the prescribed drugs yourself. Many of them have a withdrawal effect when the symptoms of the disease return in a more aggressive form. A lot during the course of the disease depends on the person himself. With proper and constant monitoring, the risk of consequences can be minimized. Be socially active. Communicate with family and friends, visit exhibitions, clubs of interest. Maintaining your relevance is very important to your mental health and mood. Another important mental aspect of life extension is a sense of purpose. Apparently, we all need a goal to get our affairs organized and motivated, and to enjoy the process of life. A strong purpose can sustain life even in the most challenging conditions, and can be a critical factor in achieving a long, successful life. Those who have read this article to the end will say, well, everything is the same again, nothing new. But admit, who has changed at least something in their attitude to life and fully complies with these simple rules? Remember, a life devoid of meaning is a life not worth living. A meaningful life is worth living for a long time. It's never too late to find meaning in life. It is never too late to start living from any moment and in full force. Try to maintain the quality of your life and health, and then age will not at all be a hindrance to being happy.